My name's William Merrill. I'm an engineer with Rebuild. We're out here with one of our subcontractors to look at the appropriate way, the right way to deploy the steel panel shutters that were previously installed in many homes through the Rebuild Northwest Florida program.
My name's Terry Lyle. I work for Coast Constructors. I'm one of the contractors that install these panels. This is what it looks like after they're installed. To install your panels, you want to make sure you have somebody here with you. You don't want to do it by yourself. You want to make sure you have gloves in to when you're handling your panels. You want to make sure your panels are laid out in front of each window so you know you got everything there. When you go to install these, you want to make sure you don't do it in any type of rain, any type of wind, and if you're not for sure about it, it's always good to get a neighbor. And neighbors and stuff, they don't mind helping you when it comes to things like this. Everybody do come together on stuff like this. Especially if you're lightning, you got metal panels in your hand. You don't want to be walking around the house with a big metal panel in your hand when it's raining and lightning. When you go to install them, you'll take your rubber grommets off one at a time. Make sure you have a can or something to put them in so you don't lose them. And coffee cans usually work pretty good. Go to install them, make sure you put gloves on to handle your panels. When you go to the panels, this end's a sharp end. This end really will cut you. It's stamped out. This end's crimped over. It's not as sharp, but you still can get cut really easy off these panels. And on the inside of the holes, don't put your fingers in them trying to push them or anything like that. It will cut your finger really bad. You want to start from the bottom. Lay your panel on your pin. Your panel will fall around where it connects both of them. Take it and slide it sideways, and it'll lock it in place. Once it's locked in place, you want to do one panel at a time. So you want to put your bottom two wing nuts on. You don't want to tighten them down right now. Just leave it loose for a second. Then you want to take the next panel. Same thing. Set your top ones on, and it'll fall right into place, and it locks into place. And repeat the process. You don't want to do them all at one time. If you put all your panels up there and start putting your wing nuts on, you'll cause your panels to shift, and then your top ones can fall on you. And if they do fall, it can cut you in several different ways. Come on, let it fall, and it locks in place. Repeat the process.
About how much time does it take?
For an average homeowner, it'll probably take them at least a half a day to put all the panels up on their house, on an average home. If you got 2 stories, make sure you have a ladder and somebody standing at the bottom of the ladder for you. You never want to climb up on a ladder by yourself carrying sharp panels, or even just for any reason you don't want to climb up on a ladder by yourself. Once you got your nuts started, come back with you can do it with your fingers or a screw gun. If you use a screw gun, you don't want to torque it down with it. If you torque it down with it, you'll end up breaking the wings off the nuts. Then you're going to have a lot of problems because you're going to run out of nuts. You want to bring it snug to it. And the way you know it's snug is your panel will be right up against the cement where there's no gap or anything to it. You don't want to over tighten it. That's could you end up cracking your brick and everything else. You notice I'm doing one panel at a time, so as it goes in, it's not popping or up. You can look at it, they're not going to move. When you install these, you don't want to install them when it's raining, you got heavy wind or thundering and lightning. These are metal and they do attract electricity. So if it is lightning outside, you are taking a chance of getting hit. You don't want to do it by yourself. You need to ask your neighbor or somebody like that to help you. If you got a ladder, you need to have somebody there to help you because you're carrying metal sharp panels up a ladder and it's not good to do that by yourself. Your caps and stuff, make sure everything gets put away so when you do come back, you do have them. If you do happen to break your wing nuts, any hardware store like Lowe's, Home Depot, or any place like that, they do carry the wing nuts and stuff in bags. They're not in the hardware department, they're back in the panel department.
How soon after a hurricane should people take them down?
After it's over with, as soon as you can, because the more you leave them up, you're not allowing the air to get through your house, and if you don't got electricity, it gets really hot. It's always good as soon as it's over with and the wind stops and the rain stops. That's important. You don't want to put them up or take them down during the wind. Just make sure the weather's calm before you do take them down, and have a place to store them, because you don't want to leave them out. If you do leave them laying around, they will get stolen because they are metal and they'll be scrapped.
As you can see, Terry's been out here, and he's taking him about 10 minutes to install this window. He's a professional installer, and he's sweating good. This is not easy to do. We at Rebuild ask you to start early, start soon, be exceptionally safe. Don't do it in the weather. And if you need some assistance putting them up, there may be different groups around. We suggest you contact your assigned construction manager that actually installed them. They may have a program. Some of them are offering to do it for elderly and disabled people, and they may be able to help. Rebuild does not deploy shutters, and that's why it's very important for us, for you to know to do it very early and very soon.